Hello there, I'm Hill, and welcome back to Iron Throne. This is the third and final video of this little sponsored series where I talk to you about Iron Throne, this little MMO strategy mobile game. So, what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be showing some of the other single player and multiplayer, I don't want to say other things that are available because it is kind of a big part of the game. I would compare it to a battlegrounds in other MMOs. And what it is you go through this little dimensional void and you are able to participate in a variety of little kind of multiplayer matches. So what we're going to be looking at is Battle Royale, and basically what it is you go into it with totally fresh stuff. Everyone starts out completely equally. You get an enlistment phase where 20 players sign up. Everyone gets the same amount of tiers of troops. Everyone gets the same items, including like a teleport, like relocation stuff, and like instant use items. And then as you get points, you get better and better. Your statistics go up, your troops go up, and you get stronger and stronger. However, so of course does the enemy, so you need to be fighting a bunch of the kind of NPC dudes to try and level up quickly enough to try and survive. Ultimately, though, the game is, it's Battle Royale, and if you've ever played a Battle Royale mode of any other game, you'll understand that it's all about just not dying. Really, the winners are the ones who don't die. So it's actually quite interesting that it's all about fighting, but really it's about not dying. That's kind of the primary goal of the game. It does require you to get your Citadel leveled up to, I want to say level 12. There's a couple things you need to level up to. And also, there are a few things you can do on the world map. And this is like a step above fighting monsters. So the first thing I have a little quest is do a chaotic stronghold victory. And essentially it's kind of similar to what you actually be doing in Battle Royale. So this does actually prepare you for Battle Royale. These chaotic strongholds are kind of like NPC dudes who sit there, and they can actually send raiding parties out to other players' castles. And that's why you kind of want to get rid of them, especially if they're near you, because they can actually send out raids and actually do damage to you, which is really not ideal. So you send out troops to go and fight them, and those troops go with them. Look at that, you can see like the spearmen walking behind your hero. If they're actually an army, I feel like he would actually be in a lot of danger, because what ended up happening is he would get killed before the army could even fight, but whatevs. So I just used a couple of my speed ups. I started with a few speed ups in the game, and I also got some quests, and it basically just makes the thing faster, and like the animation speeds up to simulate it. I'm going to be kind of galloping through other strongholds that are too strong for me to fight right now. And we're going to be moving up to level 1 and then just beat it. It gives us a very simple little resource reward. It's not like extremely valuable, but it is a small other thing that you can do. And if you're playing for maximum efficiency, you really got to do it. Like, it's just something you got to do. So now that I have basically managed to destroy this little stronghold, I'm going to use the resources and bonuses we got to build a forge and upgrade and get some equipment. Basically everything is building up to being able to fight on the PvP world map stage, so you get loads of equipment and it gives you attack and defense and dimensional battle bonuses as well, and you can kind of keep upgrading equipment as you go bit by bit. It's all very small but incremental, but it does add up. And obviously you also need to join alliances to be able to fight on the world stage if you want to actually win any battles. So we are actually finally going to join in on one of the battle royales. They actually only happen 4 times a day. So if you want to get in, you want us to maintain those rankings, because there are rewards that you get for being on the rank ladder among all the players in the server. So you have to have at least 20 people. So this is a little loading screen where you're like just waiting for the, waiting for the other peeps to come down. And as it says, destroy the chaotic strongholds to level up, survive against enemy players, and then defeat the enemies. And as you'll see, I make some bad mistakes, but it is fun. It's quite quick. I mean, if you've ever played other like battle royales, you might be a bit annoyed how long they can take. But this is a very quick game mode. It is mainly just about survival, and so you start out with your castle. Everyone's the same level. You can see me kind of dithering a little bit. You get a little protective shield, you get some information in the bottom left, and there are chaotic strongholds all around you that give you small rewards, and those rewards are points. Those points will allow you to level up. The first 1,000 points gives you a big teleport scroll, teleport scrolls being ridiculously useful to move yourself around the map, and then once you get up to 2,000 points, you actually get more soldiers. That's a real priority, otherwise you're going to die, because without soldiers you can't really do much. So I sent some scouts out to the strongholds to, get myself ready, but I'm very slow. I really do need to do this much faster. So this is all the troops I can send, 112,000 of each. I send them to the chaotic stronghold, and I eat their face, giving me those 400 points. The smart thing to do would have been to have been grabbing every single one of those Kiddock strongholds as quickly as possible, and that way I would have been able to get all the points necessary to survive. But instead, I took way too long. But it's okay. In fact, I actually start sending a scout here to the Kiddock level 5, while if you see to my left, another player is taking the level 1 stronghold to my left. And they actually give the exact same reward, so there's no reason not to go for the small ones as soon as possible. I'm just being really slow. But that's because I suck, and that's okay. So the extra points do contribute towards my strength. They don't give me any more troops, annoyingly. So what ends up happening is other players get stronger, and I just get weaker. Or rather, comparatively. And one thing that also happens is that sections of the map will just catch fire, as you can see right here. And if it catches fire, and you're in the fire, you're going to take horrendous damage, meaning you need to teleport out of the way. This does mean that luck plays into it somewhat. You do have to just kind of hope you don't catch fire and die, but there are ways to avoid it, and it does happen to everybody. So it's not too bad. I quite like it. It is very similar to, you know, other Battle Royale games wherein people are forced to move away from certain areas. Now, I'm actually being attacked and scouted by another player now, so I start to kind of recall my soldiers and prepare for attack, but then they cancel it because I get scared, and then I realize that I'm actually on fire. So, might be a good idea if maybe we move away. So we're looking at where we could go. Ooh, look, there's a forest line. Ooh, where am I going to go? No, I'm still taking damage and still dying horribly. Getting scouted as well, and there we go, the fire's out, but that's okay. So, there are other areas you can go. Going into a corner is a really good idea. We did actually just get attacked by a nice big army. It just kind of got wrecked a little bit. This is the thing, it is all about just attack. But the problem is, as you send your soldiers away, your soldiers, well, you get attacked. So, you want to attack, but not be attacked. It is a bit of a... It's not a coin flip, it is very much a game of who can outsmart the other person and then dart themselves around the map before they even get a chance. As you can see here, I'm just trying to kill the griffin, and I do get the points for it, but unfortunately they surrender to a different player because they are the one who attacked them. So it's actually RuneScape made griffins surrender, so I didn't get to defeat them. But I did get some points for fighting them, which was quite nice. It's suppressed. What happens there is that they are now dead, but they can stay in the game and watch everybody if they like. And someone else pops in right next to me. Oh, hello, how are you? I go and scout them, and they immediately go to attack me, which is very mean, I must say. So it's quite cruel, and they're scouting me as well. And I start to deploy some troops as well. I do actually, you can also assign your dragon. You can assign your dragon to 3 attacks per event. So, I mean, you might be sending out dozens of attacks per event, so it's probably a good idea not to waste him. But it would give you a 10% attack bonus, which is very useful. But unfortunately, they are just like really smothering me. So I did do some damage, but I'm also being attacked like crazy, so I'm trying to recall as quickly as possible because I can't teleport away if my troops are somewhere else because I've sent them all somewhere. And I'm also on fire. And just all kinds of awful things are happening. People are stabbing me in the face. I'm being injured, so I'm like, oh, teleport here, and I just teleport to a corner. Probably should have teleported even further, but I'm just trying to recover. So I really do need to try and get some damage together, and as you can see, this entire section of the map's been blocked off. There are 9 squares, and they slowly get removed, and so you do need to make sure you are not in a stupid area. I go here trying to see if I can grab Veric and take it for myself, but obviously someone else makes them surrender because they were there first. It's not easy being stupid sometimes. I didn't even get any points. In fact, I just stood there, sent my troops away, and then got wrecked. I'm trying to recall as quickly as possible, but unfortunately everybody dogpiles on me and sends loads of soldiers to obliterate me and to eat my face. And that's rather the end of me. So, it was actually really fun. I like this fight as well. I can choose to just watch the rest of it. I actually really like it. I think it's a fun little mode. It's a shame that it only happens 4 times a day. But there are other ones. There's also a team deathmatch, which requires you to be much higher level. And it's kind of a similar thing, but you end up having to play it with your team. It's quite cool, and it prepares you for the Alliance World Combat System that occurs on the main map. An important thing to note is that any damage you suffer here does not affect your main game. This is just like a totally separate thing. It's in a way, it's basically like a practice for the normal game. And it's in a kind of safe way that you can like practice and use your stuff and kind of get used to the game, which I really like. So I just wanted to show you guys Battle Royale in this final video and show you some of the PvP elements that exist within Iron Throne. There are a multitude, and I think they're quite fun. They are quite casual, and they're quite easy to understand and get to used to, so it's not really that difficult to get into it. You get some rewards. Obviously, I did not get very much because I died at the very bottom. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. It's been lovely to have made this for you and show you guys a mobile game that I do like, and thank you very much to Netmarble for sponsoring this series of videos. I urge you guys to go check out Netmarble and check out the game Iron Throne. And thank you so much for watching and bearing with me, guys. I was Aldrin, and I'll continue to be, and this has been Iron Throne. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I'm going to keep playing it because I played a lot already. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.